Hello Internet, Jazza here. I have just had the privileged opportunity of being able to go and see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child live on stage in London. I tried to talk to my boyfriend about it. He didn't get to go and see it. I went to see it alone. I'm so alone. Tried to talk to him about it. He's not having any of it, doesn't want any spoilers. I'm in a position where I just really want to talk about what I think about the play. So, if you don't want any of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child spoiled, if you haven't read the script, if you haven't seen the play, don't watch this video, because it's to ruin it for you, and I don't want to do that to you. I like you very much. Just so we're clear, this is going to be full of spoilers. Click away now. Okay, now that just the cool kids are left, hey. I googled Cursed Child reviews just before I turned this video on, and not many people liked this play. And a lot of these reviews are people who have read the script, the final read-through script that has all of the stage directions, and it's like 98% dialogue. And I feel like those people were never going to like it because they went into it expecting this to be like the 8th book in the Harry Potter franchise. This isn't the 8th book in the Harry Potter franchise. This is a stage production set in a similar-ish universe, and I think those people are somewhat unfair. I do, however, fall into the camp of people who had grievances about this play. I realise that when I review things, I tend to be viewed as the person who screams at the camera and is annoyed at things and goes, quite a lot. I'm going to talk about the things that I liked first, and then we'll talk about the things that I hated. Time travel. And we'll move on from that. I just don't want this to turn into another Star Wars rant like the one that I did a few months ago. Even though, actually, I have really similar feelings, sentiments coming out of the Cursed Child play as I did coming out of the cinema for The Force Awakens. What I felt was, I feel so privileged to be able to experience this world again in all of its glory, see characters that I love, see themes that I am familiar with played with again, and get lifted up by the seat of my pants and propelled through this universe. I bloody loved that. I really enjoyed seeing all of the original characters older. I think that Harry and Hermione are cast and played incredibly well. We'll talk about Ron later. Ginny is an amazing addition in terms of like a deep character. She's fucking kick-ass, and the kids are like really good. The kid who plays Albus is okay, but the whole play is really carried by Anthony Boyle and his wit and charisma playing Scorpius Malfoy. I feel like he's the main character and not Albus Potter at all. And it kind of blew my mind that I'd forgotten that Bertie Gilbert played Scorpius Malfoy in the movies, and I forgot that that's why he has loads of fangirly screamy fans. Why not have Bertie reprise the role on stage? But Anthony Boyle was like truly magnificent. Like, had me roaring with laughter. I quite liked the homoerotic tension between Scorpius and Albus. Scalbus is what I hashtagged immediately after leaving the theatre. I also really loved Rose Granger Weasley, who basically gets written out of the play really early on because time travel happened. But I thought that she was a really interesting character. I would have really loved to see them as a trio rather than like a brother kind of like bro thing that we ended up seeing with Draco and Albus. But I generally was quite ecstatic about seeing all of these old characters and getting to know these new ones who really were like they had parts of their fathers and mothers in them. It was brilliant. I really enjoyed it. All of the special effects are phenomenal. They somehow managed to make Polyjuice Potion work on stage, which is amazing. The Demental scared the shit out of me, as did Voldemort. I really like that they're pronouncing Voldemort correctly now. That was like a really good positive for me. Also, all of the set design and the kind of visualizations. They have new banners for all of the schoolhouses, and they all, like, it's brilliant. I am proud to be a Hufflepuff now, because we have the coolest banner. Just saying. I also really love the themes that Cursed Child touched on. It feels like it's definitely matured from being like a kid's book, and really is probably written for people who are going into like proper adulthood and middle age. There's talk about Ron Weasley getting a gut. There's a huge amount of conflict of Harry trying to be a good son to Albus. I find it slightly annoying that his other two kids are kind of not in the play, like very much at all. But like, fine, it's a play, they only have a certain amount of time to develop characters, I get it. But that general overriding theme of fatherhood and trying to be a good father, and the fact that Harry doesn't have an example that he can either copy or push away and completely reject and do parenthood in a different way. He didn't have parents, and that was super emotional. At the end, he gets to see his parents killed. Odd that the children also get to see Harry's parents killed. I'd have thought they'd have, you know, taken Scorpius and Albus away, like, so they didn't have to see a murder. Especially of Albus, of his grandparents. That was odd. That seemed like odd parenting choices. That theme of parenthood and wanting to know your own parents and wanting to have that kind of connection is also really strongly echoed in Delphine, the main antagonist, Voldemort's daughter. I wasn't the biggest fan of her, but I did appreciate that overarching theme and the fact that she is contrasted with Albus. Albus, who has a father who's trying to, like, work really hard and be a good dad, essentially, and Albus is like pushing him away. And even at the end, when Harry and Albus have a more positive relationship, Albus is like, oh, he's gonna take me out for a walk, and I think it's bonding. Blech. Like, that was me as a kid. And then you contrast that with Delphine, who just desperately wants any of that kind of connection. And to a certain extent, Scorpius as well. I really appreciated those themes, because they were things that, God man, they touched me. They made me well up in my eyes. My eyes leaked slightly. Moment of weakness. So that's what I liked. And I'll be honest, the rest of it was just a bit of a shit show. Time travel, why? Half of the time travel just didn't make sense. I hated the whole premise of time turners coming back in and being like this big, just being an excuse for them to have extra story. I thought that that was really lazy. It meant that they didn't have to come up with any real new plot. I found that really annoying. I was really disappointed with that, actually. Like, we just ended up going to the Triwizard Tournament 3 times and then to Godric's Hollow. These are all things that we know and understand, and that have been written about to death, and that have been contemplated to death by the fan base. It was frustrating that they chose time travel as the way of them being able to make a play that would be counted as like the 8th book. Disappointed. Some of the characterization and the portrayal of the characters rubbed me up the wrong way as well. I thought Hermione, Harry and Ginny, brilliantly cast, brilliantly portrayed. I bloody love them. What the fuck happened to Ron? Ron ended up turning into like the bumbling court jester, and Ron did and always has played that kind of role of the light relief. He's like Sokka in Avatar The Last Airbender, in Aang The Last Airbender. Like, and I feel like you need those characters. Those are the characters that we, an audience who aren't magical and who aren't exceptional, can identify with. That's what I loved about Ron, because he wasn't exceptionally talented or exceptionally special in any way. He was just a normal person who found himself by virtue of his ridiculous friend group he found himself in these extraordinary situations, and he wasn't built for them, he wasn't made for them, and he struggled with them. And here, he's just funny. It's like they got the Fred and George characters, smushed them, and then created Ron. And I'm Team Ron. Ron was always my favourite character in the books and in the films. And man, like, I think that's probably one of the biggest things, is like when your favourite character, and I appreciate that Ron isn't many people's favourite character, quite rightly so, it is often Hermione. But when your favourite character gets his teeth and his background pulled out of him, that sucks. That really, like, that kicks me in the teeth. You just saw my hairy tails. Sexy. And Delphine as an antagonist was just... I didn't believe that she was capable of taking over the world. And maybe that was the actress, maybe that, probably actually, poor writing. I thought this was really poorly written. Some of the dialogue fell flat on its face. Some of the dialogue was brilliant. The guy who played Hagrid kept on getting the Bristolian accent wrong and sounded like he was from Tennessee a lot. That was odd, especially at the end. But yeah, those are my initial thoughts 24 hours after seeing Cursed Child. And I just needed to talk to somebody about it, because I haven't had a chance to chat to like Lex or Kaylee or Rosianna, like my friends who've seen it. I've chatted to a couple of people on Twitter about it. I was just like, soup's down. Let's hope Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is good. I'm gonna go and rewatch the last movie now. Let me know in the comments if you've seen it, and I hope you have, because I think that people should go into this play blind. I think that you should know as little about it as possible, because then, like, surprises. What did you think? What did you think? What did you think? If you've read the book, what did you think? What did they do to Ron? Okay, I'm gonna leave now. Love you very much. My name has been Jazza. I've been rhyming with oranges. Like this video, please. It makes me... Please, have you liked it? Can you like it? Will you like it? Okay. If you haven't liked it now, then you won't ever like it. Okay, this is a mess. Really bad ending videos. La 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 la. Okay, bye. Knees. Knees. Knees, 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 knees. Shoulders, face. Okay, bye.